About a month ago here on the channel, I made a video titled "This is extremely good for the XRP ecosystem." And in this video, what I was talking about was the fact that XRP's price and XRP's ecosystem were starting to create sustainable growth and gains that I thought were going to create a much more thriving ecosystem over the coming weeks and over the coming months. I pointed out the fact that XRP's price was doing good. I pointed out the fact that XRPL's TVL was growing like crazy. And I also talked about a company named XRP, which was gaining some of the most momentum for an ICO that I had basically seen this entire year. And in today's video, what I want to do is I wanted to follow up on that video because not only is XRP's price performing well and its ecosystem smashing all the way over 100 million in TVL at this point, but DexRP is also absolutely smashing it, seeing some extremely good progress. And you guys know DexRP is a company I partnered with a while back because I did see the potential that they had. I bought a whole bunch of this pre-sale, and so I'm going to give you an update on how all of this is looking because I think this is absolutely fantastic. So what we can see just quickly on the XRP price side of things is that XRP is doing a good job, right? XRP's price has started to create sustainable gains, and that's what we've all been looking for here in the XRP community for a very long time. XRP always had a history of just pumping and immediately nuking all the gains, pumping and immediately nuking all the gains. Whereas recently, even when it does pull back, the pullbacks are not as substantial as they used to be. It'll pump and it'll create these sustainable structures that oftentimes do lead it to continue the pump forward, and that's obviously a fantastic sign. When we look at XRPL, this bad boy is absolutely smashing it. The XRP ecosystem, the XRPL, has consistently put in higher highs and higher lows for over a year and a half now. In my video, we were back down here when XRPL's TVL, which is the total value locked, and the general just size of the ecosystem, was only at $74 million. Guys, this bad boy is all the way over 100 million at this point. At one point reaching all the, what was that? Like 117, yeah, like $117 million back in, I think that was right, yeah, July 21st of last month. Okay, so this has been fantastic, and I've told you all, I think this is kind of like a foreshadowing of what is to come from XRP. One of my biggest criticisms of the XRP ecosystem, the XRP world, is that the ecosystem is not strong enough. They have a fantastic blockchain that just does not get used well. And the fact that we're now starting to see people use it is obviously a very good sign. When you look at the fees, when you look at the volume, sure, I understand. When you compare that to Solana, when you compare it to Ethereum, it's not big at all. But all of them started somewhere, and I believe that we are seeing the early days of XRP's ecosystem really gaining some traction. Now, as I mentioned before, DexRP is a fantastic example of this growth within the ecosystem. Now, as a quick recap, if you don't know what DexRP is, this is a next generation decentralized exchange powered by the open source XRP ledger. So it's one of the first big decentralized exchanges that is/will be released on the XRPL. And the reason I think it's so interesting is just purely because of the attention that it's getting. You rarely see decentralized exchanges these days get a lot of momentum because centralized exchanges just outspend them. Centralized exchanges buy every influencer, they buy all the marketing, all the branding because centralized exchanges make so much money. So decentralized exchanges just get kind of hidden in the background. No one ever really sees them. But at DexRP has kind of cracked the code, and they're out there and people are clearly paying attention to them. Matter of fact, they just released that the DexRP ICO, or in the IDO stage, has surpassed $5 million of investment with over 7,500 unique wallet investors, which, I mean, or unique investor wallets, which is just absolute madness. If you understand the world of pre-sales, that is an uncommon thing. That's not something that's just easy to do, and it obviously makes me feel pretty good considering I did buy a little bit of this bad boy. And because, you know, in the last video, I told you what I did is I rotated some of the profits I took from XRP into DexRP. Not all of my profit, obviously, but some of my profit, because I thought that it would be a good way to compound it without only having XRP. And so the fact that it is performing so well since that video just tells me that there is still a lot of potential here. I mean, look at what they did recently. They've started to absolutely smash it. This article says that DexRP pre-sale has started last month and only 15% of the pre-sale allocated tokens are left. That means they've sold over 85% of all of the tokens. So it's really starting to draw down now. And as they've been really kind of pushing forward, they've kind of shift focus purely strategically, right? They're like, all right, look, our name is growing, the network effect is happening, word of mouth is spreading. We don't even really need to focus on getting the name out there as much anymore. They're taking the strategic approach as they are getting closer to their launch by focusing on, strategic partnerships with top performing XRPL DeFi platforms, on-chain ecosystems, sponsoring the WoW Summit in Hong Kong, cooperating with WoW Earn and Micro 3. I mean, they're really starting to prepare themselves for the launch, and I think that this could imply that some absolutely fantastic things are coming for them in the future. Now, is that to say that their price is going to immediately just do 100x? No, of course not. Like, I'll never ever say or guarantee that, but I do think that there is a lot of opportunity for this to be sustainable, for this to be a long-term kind of core staple of the XRPL ecosystem, which is what it needs. It needs more of that. As you can see, it needs more of that. And I think it's an absolutely fantastic sign. Now, they have done some stuff recently for the ecosystem that I thought was pretty cool, that I did think you guys would probably want to hear about, because they have started to do a whole bunch of like these little like challenges and things like that, giveaways. So make sure obviously that you do follow them over on their Twitter page, because they do talk about that a ton. One of the biggest things that I did like is that they are also rewarding their earlier investors in the pre-sale and people who, of course, do sign up now. They said to reward early investors, the XRP team plans to implement liquidity mining multipliers, enhanced yield multipliers, unique access to premium trading pairs, and airdrop. Love that. And voting system for new pairs and platform updates. So you can see all of these different things that they're offering to the people who are in the ecosystem before the token actually even goes live itself, which I think is pretty dang badass. Now, they do obviously still have a good bit coming. Like, this is still early stages for them, especially if you check out their roadmap. We're only in Q3, which is where we are here, but they've basically done like almost all of this at this point. They've basically completed Q3. Going into Q4, they have a lot approaching. They're going to release the platform for public trading. They're going to integrate real-time analytics, which you have to have, basically. They're going to launch fee governance via LP tokens and secure initial partnerships and listings, which I think they're going to do easily. Probably have those partnerships secure before the token even launches itself, right? And so because of this, I mean, this is still early stages and this is still early days. And so the fact that 85% of the token is wiped out, sold out, I mean, already bought, I think it does go ahead and show it. One thing that I did notice is that the biggest transactions list has jumped. In the last video, some of the biggest transactions that we saw were like 5,000, 3,000, 4,000. Now we're talking 22,000, 20,000, 16,000, 16,000, 15,000. These are really big purchases. And that obviously doesn't guarantee, again, that it's going to perform well. It just means that people are gaining more and more confidence in this thing. And I think that could imply that some sort of really strong, sustainable growth over a long period of time could come from XRP. So it is still a gamble at the end of the day. This is still a pre-sale and we are still in a rocky market. So I don't want you to kind of misconstrue what I'm saying here and take it like, oh, I need to just go all in on XRP. No, that's not what I'm saying at all. I am just saying that the XRP ecosystem needs something and this is offering a part of a solution to it. And I think that could perform well, especially if XRP continues to do well. And so all in all, this has been great to see. I love to see the progress that they're making and I do think it's great, especially considering that not only have I bought the token and I am an official partner of them, right? So I am incentivized to hope to see that they do well, but more just that XRP token, which is one of my biggest bags, this could contribute to its price performing well over time too, which is another built-in win. So with that in mind, I think these are all wins. And I just wanted to kind of give you a little bit of an update because, again, I know it had been about a month since we talked about it last. So let me know, is this something you guys are interested in? Is it something you're investing in? Please let me know down in the comments below why or why not. I'd love to chat with you there. And I can't wait to see you all in the next update. Peace out, everybody.